Hello guys, I am here again to show you another tutorial on my Moog One 16 voices. Today I will show you a patch that I made using all three synths of the Moog One. So I want to start to show you how it sounds, and after we will go to see how I made it. Okay, let's go fast and okay, put down volume. Synth 1, synth 2, okay. I could also make like solo. So let's start to see here what is going on. I will start from synth number 3. It's a triangular wave, as you can see here. Is set on 32 feet. No other modulation are going on, but I wanted to show you here that this triangular wave is going into the state variable and into the ladder filter. In this case they are set on serial and the state variable is in low pass mode, while the ladder filter is low pass mode and 6 decibel per octave. So I want to show you another thing. If we go in the filter section, we will see that it's in serial mode, but as the Moog One manual say, if you want to work in serial mode, you need only to feed the signal of the sound source into the state variable, and after turn the mix knob all the way right. And now I will show you how it sounds in this way. You can hear a kick drum, but when you also switch on the ladder switch, and now you will hear the difference. It's more fat, more dirty. So I also put here the noise generator that is doing the same. So you have a hi-hat going with the kick drum. Another thing that I want to show you, it's step edit. I made here a 64 step pattern, and as you can see here on step 63, I set ratchet, I decreased the gate value, and even if I detached here from the oscillator 1 from the keyboard tracking, so the pitch, it will be no more keyboard tracked. If we go here, you will see that I have C3, C3, C3. This is a 4-on-floor kick drum. And on step 63, I have D6. And with this setting on the step sequencer, it will change the pitch. So let's hear. Okay, I will, just one moment, I want to come back again to the effect section of the Moog One. I saw recently a video, I watched a video on YouTube of Matt Johnson. It was maybe the last one with the Moog One. And he also was speaking about the effect section of the Moog One, and he also thinks that this effect section is very good, and the effect of the Moog One are very nice. They only need to be studied and to be understood. And one thing that he complains, and I complain too about this effect section, is that the effects are not cannot be modulated from any source. I mean, in the modulation matrix, and also from this by the step sequencer. And in the future OS upgrade of this machine, I hope that Moog will present us this, because it would be very nice to have, for example, only on this step number 63, I want to set that now the delay effect, the mix, it will go to 50%, so we will have the delay only on this step, little bit like it works on the electron analog rhythm and so on. So you can set the effect values per step, and it would be great, and it could be open a lot of possibilities. Anyway, the situation is this, and so I'm not blaming this machine that is already great. Another thing that I want to show you, it's the modulation envelope. About the filter, again I'm coming back to the filter. About the filter, I want to tell you that there is no modulation. The filter are set out as you can see here, and there is no modulation from the filter envelope, from LFO, from FM, something like this, nothing. The only thing that I did is, if we go on the modulation envelope, here is the modulation envelope that is modulating the oscillator 1 frequency. And also with the Y pad, I am also modulating the frequency. So I think that the difference is clear. So let's go. I don't want this video will be very long, so let's go to synth number 2. Okay, put again this one, put away, and let's play. course, you can hear a delay. It's a BBD delay. Here are the settings. As you can see, I put the tone at 19% because I want it more, I want it darker. And so let's go to look what we have here. We have 3 oscillators working. The first one, it's a mix between a sawtooth wave and a square wave, and is set to 8 feet. And there is also, as you can see here, the LFO3 that is modulating the square wave. The LFO3 here, it's set on bipolar and it's synced to 1 bar. And the oscillator number 1, it's only going into the state variable filter, and this time the filter are set in parallel mode, and the ladder filter is in low pass mode, 12 dB per octave. Let's hear the second oscillator. The second oscillator, it's a sawtooth wave set to 16 feet, and it's hard synced to the oscillator number 1, and the frequency is set to -7, but because it's hard synced, it will be in tune with the oscillator 1, and it's going into both filters. Now let's see the oscillator number 3. The oscillator number 3 is set to 4 and it's a square wave. Again, this LFO3 is modulating the symmetry of this square wave. It's going into both filters. So let's see the modulation that we have here. The modulation AG is modulating the oscillator 3 frequency. As you can see here, I set the modulation AG in sync mode, and the attack time is 16 bars, the decay time is 16 bars too, and we have a loop and we have latch. So it will not start every time that there is a new gate, but it will continue like it is an LFO. I want to isolate this sound. Okay, as you can see here, there is also another LFO, the LFO1, that is modulating also the frequency of the oscillator 3. Let's go to look at the LFO1. And as you can see here, I'm using a random wave that is synced on a quarter of bar. It's set on bipolar, so it will randomly change the frequency that is also changed by this. And another thing, that the LFO4 is changing, it's changing the variation of the LFO1. So this means, but only when I will go up with the Y pad. So it will mean that if we come back to the LFO1, you will see that if I move the variation, it will be like a noise generator, and after it will come back to a sample and all LFO. So here the LFO4, that is a sine wave, and it's going very slow because I synced on 16 bar. It will change the variation of the LFO1. Let's hear. Now I was adjusting a little bit the value because maybe it was too much. So let's come back on this, and let's take a look at the filter. The filter, as I said to you before, are in parallel mode, and we have a modulation on the state variable applied by the LFO2. It's 10%. I have a little bit of resonance, and the modulation, the filter envelope, that is this, it's controlling also the cutoff point. And on the ladder filter, we see that I have almost the same resonance, and the LFO is modulating by 100% the filter. The LFO2 is a triangular wave that is synced on 16 bars, and it's working in unipolar mode. Let's go on the first one. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. As you can see here, no one of these three oscillator has the volume set to a different value from 0. This is because if we go in step edit, I have 16-step sequence that is controlling this node, are controlling the oscillator number 1 that is playing all this note that you see here. But if we go on modulations, you can see here that I have the first row that is controlling the mixer, and in particular the oscillator number 2 level. So this oscillator will play only when you see 100% here. If we go on the other row, we will see here that there are only 5 notes playing, and it's controlling the oscillator number 3 level. So this oscillator will play only the first 5 notes. And if we go down here, I applied the ring modulation only on these 3 notes. So let's look better what's going on. These 3 oscillator, also the ring modulator, and also the noise generator are going into both filters, and only the first oscillator is going only into the static variable filter. The filters are set in serial mode, and the state variable filter is in high pass mode, and the ladder filter is in low pass mode, 18 dB per octave. Let's go to see what's going on in the filter. Here we have an high pass filter that has a bit of spacing, and they are working in parallel mode. This parallel mode is not referring to the parallel mode that pertain to this state variable and ladder filter. It means that these two variable filters are working in parallel mode. The state variable filter has a 100% resonance, and also there is the LFO2 that is controlling the cutoff point. So you hear the filter closing and opening. About the ladder filter, the cutoff frequency is set on 445 Hz, no resonance. Here we have also the LFO2 that is moving this filter, and also the filter envelope that is shaping the decay of the filter. Now let's hear this one. So this is playing only when you see this first row going to 100%. Let's go on the other row that is controlling the oscillator number 3. But here you will not hear the oscillator 3 playing, because as you can see, I set as a controller the modulation wheel. So it does mean that only when the modulation wheel will go up, you will hear this oscillator 3 playing. Let's do it to show you. But there is another thing that is going on this oscillator number 3. Not only the modulation wheel is controlling the volume of the amount of the modulation that I wrote in the sequencer page, but if we go here, now I need to find it. Okay, I found it very fast. The LFO1, it's controlling the oscillator 3 frequency, and it's doing it by 10%. Now I will show you. The LFO1 is a square wave in unipolar mode, so you can achieve a trill. It's synced onto bar, so it will play the original pitch, and after it will go an octave above. show you the if you prefer, you can send it only into the ladder filter, but I like this effect. And the noise, it's controlled, the noise level, it's controlled by the LFO number 4, as you can see here, by 300%, because I want that it will sound loud. And we will see here on the LFO number 4, we will see here that it's synced on one bar. For example, we can try to do. Okay, so I hope that I did not forget anything. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I highly invited you to subscribe to my channel, please. If you want to support my work, if you liked my video and my tutorial, so I will be more happy to do this for you, because I see that a lot of people are looking the video, but they don't subscribe, they don't comment. So it's for you, it's only 1 second to subscribe, to click on the bell button and give me a like or a dislike if you want, comment, ask me whatever you want. Thank you for watching. I hope that we will meet on the next video. Have a good day.